Hi, for Learning Plan 6, we're going to be looking at the socio-emotional development of children in early childhood. For this learning plan, you will need to read Chapter 6 of the text, review the PowerPoints. You can choose a reflection activity if you want to complete one in this learning plan. You will have a quiz and a discussion board posting. In this chapter, we will start by looking at the self and the development of the self in early childhood. We will look at the emotional and moral development of children, Erik Erikson's stage of initiative versus guilt, what gender identity and the roles, what impacts gender identity, the roles of parents in that, the influence of peers in gender identity, and even the cognitive influences to gender identity. In addition, we'll be looking at parenting styles. Parenting styles are extremely important in early childhood development. I urge you to again look back at your own development as a child, look at what kind of parenting styles your parents had. Also as a parent, if you are a parent, I would urge you to look at what kind of parenting style you currently have. Is it what would be best for your children? Is it something that you would like to change? Because it really has a huge influence on how children develop and their later development throughout life. We'll also look at abuse and maltreatment. What is child abuse? What are the effects of that? I can tell you that child abuse has many, many effects, from physical to emotional to even learning. In addition, family structure, family roles, and their influence in a child's development. Lastly, peer relations. How important is that in a child's development as a child continues to move from one stage to another? Peers take on a much more important role. In the stage of early childhood, peers are important, but parents are still the main influence in their children. What is play? What role does play have in a child's development? We tend to think of play, I think we can tend to think of it as, just play, something children do, but actually, a lot of very important learning is taking place when a child plays. So it's crucially important. I hope that you will find that interesting. And then the role of media in the development of children. Children are finding media to be to have an increasingly important place in their lives. I know that media plays a much greater role in my grandson's life than it did in my life, and probably even my daughter's lives. Media played a greater role in their life than it did for mine. But my grandson is 2.5 years old, and he knows how to work an iPhone, I think, almost better than I do. Maybe with the exception of texting, because he doesn't know how to spell yet. But anyway, I hope that you take a look at that. Media has its advantages, of course, as I'm sure you know and I know. I definitely rely on my cell phone, computer. We need it for even this course. But media can also be damaging to children, to their development, to their cognitive development, to their learning. Watching TV, for instance, is a very passive experience. And the best kind of learning experience that any of us is going to get will be one that is experiential, one that is active learning. So even lectures, as good as they are, as useful as they are much more of a passive learning experience. So I hope you will pay a lot of attention, well, just as much as any other chapter, I guess, but I find this one very, very important. Has a lot of information that will be important for you as a parent, as well as in your careers if you will be working with children at any point. Okay, you can go ahead and jump into your learning, your work with this, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.